Welcome to my podcast, Cold Narratives. I'm your host, Iceberg Green. About to let y'all hear some of these cold narratives. Check it out. Hey, what's up with y'all? Iceberg Green in the building. Today, I'm going to talk about something that really doesn't get talked about much, and it's a big problem in America, and that's homelessness. And in California, it's really bad, really, really bad. So what they're doing in all these places, like Oakland in particular, where I'm at, they're just taking these encampments, and they're saying that they're placing these people in transitional housing and all these different things, and they're getting money allocated to them to do these things. And what Oakland is doing, they're taking that money and putting these people under distress and saying, oh, we're going to get you housing, we're going to get you housing. So these people are really pretty much dependent on that, and they're stuck in these encampments in these places that are not livable. Okay, so this is from KTVU, Channel 2 News, a local channel in Oakland, and this is information they got. This is fair use. Check it out.
The city of Oakland is clearing out the sprawling Wood Street homeless encampment so the city can make way for a new affordable housing project at that site. KTVU's Brooks DeRose joining us now live from our newsroom. And Brooks, as expected, city workers and police officers were met with resistance to today's sweep.
And to break it down, Alex, COVID, winter storms, and a lack of shelter space delayed this eviction from happening for months and months. Just hours ago, we saw a group of very vocal unhoused residents and advocates yelling at city officials because they're unhappy the city hasn't provided a permanent place for Wood Street residents to call home. Wood Street residents were already kicked off of state property months ago. Now the city plans to remove everything and everyone from this area over the next 2 weeks.
I hope they just take time and patience and just don't bulldoze everybody out like that.
To me, that's a form of redlining. You know, that's a form of redlining. And they have all these different programs. Like I said, here it brings me back to HUD, urban housing and urban development, and places like this that are getting money allocated to them, and they're supposed to be helping. But what they're doing, this is modern day redlining. You got to notice there's an encampment in every major city, and this is the new form of redlining to me. And you know, like I said, these people need help. I've been homeless before myself, so I understand that feeling. And I wanted help, and I seeked help in my city, and I wasn't able to get it. So I understand what they're going through, and this needs to go addressed. And I know everybody has this situation going on in their city as well.
City officials say they're pushing transitional housing. 4 took up the offer today.
We will continue that outreach to ensure that we are engaged with everyone, providing them the opportunity to accept city shelter and shelter in other city programs.
But advocates argue the city's shelters missed the mark as a solution.
Those are what they call glorified prisons. They're inadequate to meet the needs, the basic human needs, the basic human rights of a person.
Creating a cat and mouse game, with some unhoused planning to relocate to another encampment as Oakland tries to get a handle on a housing crisis. The city opened a new 100-bed community cabin site a couple months ago. It was funded by an $8.3 million grant from the state. There's also a new safe RV site for up to 100 RVs on 66th Avenue. Advocates say it's not a permanent solution.
So they basically got people living in tough sheds, basically, the stuff you get at Home Depot. So I know that didn't cost $8 million. I'm just saying, though. And they're inadequate. They don't have electricity and water. What type of transition is that? I'm just trying to figure this out, man. Help me out. Make it make sense, Oakland. You know, which brings me back to the mayor of Oakland. When she got in office, she was quick to pass some initiatives to help people that, Asian community and things of that nature. She did that immediately. But when it comes to things of this nature, this was not addressed at all. This was not even part of her campaign. So I just want to let people know who we voting for. And this is the end result of when we vote for people like this. This is what our city end up looking like. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to say God bless everyone going through the struggle. And watch out for them cold narratives that the government be trying to push on us, y'all. And to all my black people, I would be nothing without y'all. Thank you all.